Hey everybody, it's Mike from Newbie Thrift. Today I want to talk to you about shipping, and we're going to talk about several aspects of it, from what kind of boxes to use, regional boxes versus flat boxes. We're going to show you the USPS website and how you can get boxes for free. Also want to talk about supplies, and we're going to measure some things that we're going to list and show you how to calculate the shipping for that. And also, I thought we would just show you some of the advantages of, I mentioned flat rate boxes versus regional boxes. Those are terms you don't hear every day, so we'll go over those and kind of explain when it's right to use those and when you might want to do something else. But I want to start with the first thing, and the first thing you need to get started is a digital scale. So let's talk about the digital scale. Okay. What we have here is an Accutech digital scale. So it really tells us how much you need to know how much it's going to weigh in order to be able to put in the estimate to calculate your shipping. So what I've done here, we have a game that we recently sold, and we're going to calculate the shipping. So we put it onto the scale. And we round up. So that's going to be 5 ounces. And we found this one on Amazon for $18 or $19.99 up in the scale. Okay, so I think it's important, first of all, to find a box that's going to fit what you're looking for. Always do this when we're starting out, so I can measure it and calculate the shipping for it. In this case, it's a medium flat rate box. If you're wondering the dimensions, they're usually printed on the back. That's helpful when you're going to be entering it into the eBay site. So for this one, it's easy because we have the dimensions already. If you did not, we would just simply take a tape measure and we would measure it out. And so in this case, this one is 11 inches wide, about 6 inches deep, about 11 inches long. So that should match up with what we have here. Next, we're going to talk about flat rate boxes versus regional B box. This is important because using different boxes is going to have different prices, and I'm going to show you on the eBay site how it's advantageous for you. All right, let's go to the USPS.com site. I'm going to look it up here to show you how to get there. I'm going to go ahead and log into my account. This is an excellent place to find free boxes. You can get your regional boxes here, those flat rate shipping boxes we've been talking about here, and they'll deliver it free to your house. So once I get logged in, across the top we're going to go to send, and then we're going to go down to stamps and supplies. All right, we're going to want to click on supplies. We don't need stamps. All right, and from here you're going to see the variety of different type of boxes. Some just regular priority mail boxes, some flat rate boxes. The regional boxes are here, but let's click on this medium flat rate box. So you see you can order them in various different quantities, 1 to 5, pack of 10, pack of 25. When I started out, I just get the 1 to 5. Now I get more as your volume increases. Obviously, you'll probably want to have more on hand. It takes a good 7 to 10 days for you to get them. So I'm going to add that to my cart. I'm going to keep shopping. I sell shoes on occasion, so let me see if we can find some shoe boxes here. These are priority mail, so they will ship at the priority mail rate. You can't use this box for other rates. So we'll click on this one. So this is a good box for shipping shoes. It also comes in a pack of 10 or a pack of 25. It has the same quantity. We'll add that to our cart. All right, and now let's go to the checkout. Actually have plenty of boxes, so I'm not actually going to check out today, but it's going to ask you for your shipping address if you have an account, just to verify that it's going to the right place. As you could see in the subtotal and the total there, it's free, 0. So I'm going to click on ship to this address, and it just summarizes. It's just an order summary that says this is what I've ordered, and I'm going to place my order. And like I say, from there, probably about a week to 10 days. Okay, the next thing I want to show you, I showed you these boxes earlier, and it's just more of what makes sense to use a flat rate box versus a regional B box. If you notice between the two, they're basically almost the same size. There's less than an inch difference between the two. But what you will find is the regional B box ships usually at the 2-pound rate, no matter how much you have in it, up to a maximum of 15 pounds. The flat rate box, you could put up to 70 pounds in it. And so for something like this, on eBay, if you walked into the post office, you would pay sticker price of $15.05. But if you use eBay, you get a discount, and it's $13.20. Whereas the Region B box, actually it has a limit of 20 pounds. Usually it ships at, it depends on what zone you're going to, it ships at the 2-pound rate. So next up is a set of golf clubs. As I mentioned, I like to get a box from the get-go. And this one, as you can see, is a pretty substantial box that we're going to be using. And I'm going to list it, so I need to know about how much I'm going to pay for shipping. So unfortunately, with this box, we already have the dimensions 20 by 8 by 50. So we'll plug that in and see how much shipping is going to be. I measured a game earlier and weighed it on the digital scale, and I want to show you because it was a game that we just sold. Get logged in. Rob and I both use the same laptop, so I'll get you logged in under me. Okay, so once we get to eBay, we're going to go to my eBay. We're going to see what we're selling. And from here, you're going to see that's my sales for the last 90 days. I just sold this game here. So I'm going to print out shipping label. So I press print. And this is where I'm going to enter my information about what I measured, how much it weighs, and it's going to help me give some options for the shipping price. So this is already correct. It's 5 ounces. But here my dimensions, I'm using that bubble mailer. So it's 9 by 7 by 1 inch. I'm actually going to be shipping this on Monday. And we've blocked out the information so that, obviously, for privacy reasons, we've not told you who it is. So I sold this one for $7.89 with the delivery charge and their tax. It ended up being $11.35. So it gives me some options. You see, first class, there's some advantages to first class because you do get tracking with it. It's less expensive, but it also does not come with insurance. So if you're shipping just first class and you have that option, just know that you're not going to be able to, if it's lost, you're not going to be able to file a claim on it. However, priority mail, as you can see, it cost a whole lot more. If I wanted to spend that amount of money, and sometimes I do, that comes with insurance. And so the insurance included is up to $100. And what I found that was advantageous with this, not only does it give you tracking, but over the holidays where things were delayed, some of my shipments took more than 15 days. And 15 days is the limit where you file a claim. So I thought it was lost. I filed a claim, and for the value plus the shipping, and USPS gave me a check back. And eventually the person got their merchandise that they bought from me, but I didn't have to give that money back because the whole deal with priority mail is it's supposed to be faster. But while we're here, let's look at what else. We have some other options. And this is so important. This is what I was excited to show you about in this video. And it's not going to make as much of a difference on this particular item that I've sold, but we're going to talk about the golf clubs in a minute again, so I could show you how I'm going to estimate when I list that. So anyway, so here we have media mail. Media mail is super slow. It's limited on what you're supposed to be able to ship media mail. I usually don't ship my games media mail. That would be something if I was shipping a book or something like that. But you also get to see the cost of these flat rate boxes. And some of them are envelopes, some of them are smaller boxes. As you can see, it's more expensive than the first class rate. But now you see the regional boxes. If I had something heavier, let's say this was something that weighed 5 pounds, this might be more of an option because what 5 pounds would cost shipping by regular mail first class versus a regional rate. Actually, let's go back up there and look at that. So let's say if I had basically the same dimensions, but it was going to be 5 pounds, 5 ounces. Let's look at what that would be. Okay, so as you can see, first class is no longer an option because of the weight. But now priority mail would be $9.36. So if we scroll down and look at some other options, that regional rate box, which is a smaller box, is $8.09. So you would save the difference between $8.09, $9.36. The regional rate B is $9.28. So what's the difference between regional A and regional B? Really, it doesn't have to do with the zone of the country you live in. It's purely the size of the box. So they both have the same places they go. It's not like you're shipping from someplace in Atlanta and it's going to be a different rate than if you were shipping from Seattle, for example. It's going to be the same rate. It's basically the weight of what you have in the box. So this is important because that's why it's cheaper. The heavier the item, if it fits into one of these regional rate boxes, it's generally going to be cheaper than the priority mail, and you'll find that also it's going to be cheaper than the flat rate boxes. So let's see if I find those. So a flat rate box was going to be $18.73. So if you have something super heavy, and it's going from, let's say, the East Coast to Seattle, the flat rate box may be the best option. But always check that. Here was that medium rate box that we showed earlier, to see how it compares versus a regional box, which obviously, if you look at the difference, the size B regional box is pretty comparable to this flat rate medium box. It's a $5 and something difference in the price. So I think that's why you want to really check that out. So let's go back. So this is 5 ounces. I'll go back to what I had. So I'm shipping this one on Monday. For some reason, let's go back. I'm going to re-enter the information because it seemed like it was a little bit cheaper earlier. No, okay, $3.51. So this one's going to cost $3.51 to ship. What I would basically do is I would press purchase shipping label, and it's You could use a regular printer. We have a laser printer. We're going to talk about that in a later episode, so that if you once your volume gets up, it might be worthwhile investing in one of those. But basically, you just would print. This would print out to your regular printer, and you just tape it to the box, and you're ready to go. And you could drop it off at the post office without having to go into the retail side. Let's go back though. I told you I wanted to show you if you're. Sometimes while I'm in this screen, I will estimate my shipping cost for because I get to see more real time. So I have those golf clubs, and I'm trying to figure out how much I want to list those for. So the golf clubs, they weigh about 15 pounds. So let's go 15, 0 ounces. I'll use my digital scale to do it more precisely, but I'm just trying to get an estimate to know how much I want to charge for shipping. Okay, you can obviously see, and this is going to a location on the East Coast, so it gives me an idea. But if I was going to ship those priority mail, it's going to be $49.98, which is pretty expensive. So I really need to find a cheaper rate of ship. So in reality, they're much larger than any of the flat rate boxes or the regional boxes. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to try to look at what it's going to cost to go either UPS ground or FedEx home delivery. And so in this case, my best option is going to, it looks like it's going to be UPS ground, $38.96. Obviously, I save about $11 by shipping it that way. Something else to keep in mind when you're listing your shipping prices on eBay, eBay still charges a charge on top of that for their fee. So if you're just starting out, eBay's general fee is works out to be, if you're under managed payments, about 12.9% of the total price, and that includes the price plus the cost of shipping. So you might want to adjust your shipping price to account for that 12.9% fee. But in this case, I'll definitely be using the UPS ground. I'm going to probably put shipping on these as about $39.99 as an estimate. And I do that because I know I'm going to lose some on the price of my goods, but I don't want the shipping price to be so high for the person, and when they see it, that they don't want to buy it.
All right, it's Saturday morning. Got our packages loaded up, and I'm on my way to the post office. And I'm just going to show you how easy it is to do this. Let's find a parking spot. Now you can see it's super busy here because it's Saturday morning. There's probably going to be a line in there, but we don't have to stand in it. Do you mind if I just drop these in there? Okay.
Okay, next up, I thought I'd show you how to list a game or list something on eBay. So this one is a PS3 game I found. It's called Prison Break, and I found it at Goodwill for about $2. So I'll show you how easy it is to list it on eBay. First of all, I want to know how much I should list it for. So I'll go into my eBay app. I go to sold. As you can see, I've got some things I need to ship. I'm going to go to that search button. And if you notice in the top here, there's a camera icon. So I'm going to do that. Basically, I'm going to scan the barcode. Okay. So it's showing me some things that have sold or that not have sold that are listed now. So this one seems to be going in the range of $14 to $26. But what I'm going to do to see, this is just what things are listed for. So I'm going to go to the filter. I'm going to scroll down to show more. And basically I want to see what things have sold for. So I go to the sold items, click on that. It's got 23 results. So basically this sold varies in price from $14.95, $12.99, $11.99, and really the difference is as to whether these have been in good shape, acceptable shape. Mine happens to be in very good shape. So I'm going to click on one of these, and what's going to help me is I'm going to say I'm going to sell one like this. So that saves me from having to type in a whole bunch of information. So when that comes up, it has its stock photo there. I'm going to use my own photos. So I'm going to go to my photo library. And I already had some pictures taken for this one. So I'm going to select the photos I want. I'm going to add them. So it's done. So it already has everything I need there. So I'm going to check it. This one that I copied was in good condition. I'm going to edit that by clicking on this. And what I want to edit is the condition. So in this case, it is in very good condition. So I'm going to select very good. I'm done. And also, while I'm there, actually, let's go back because I want to look at some of the features. And in this case, I have a completed game. So under features, I'm going to select what it has. And it's worth more because I actually have the manual for it. So I want to add that to the description. I'm done with that. So now we scroll down and you're going to see a 7-day option or first the delivery options. In this case, I don't want to do an option, and we're going to talk about that in some of the other videos of what makes sense. But I'm going to do it as a buy it now item. So I'm going to edit that. I don't want an option, so I'm going to select that button. And now you see buy it now. So it gives me the option to put in my price. So I'm going to actually, it says some of those are selling for $11.90. I'm going to list mine for, let's see here, $11.99. Okay. And that will stay on. I don't want to accept offers at this point. So I'm done. And next up, I'm going to look at my shipping options. So this one, I know, as you saw from one of the video or what we talked about earlier, the package dimensions are fairly close, about 5 ounces. I want to send it first class mail, and eBay gives you a calculation to say if you were to walk into a post office and pay the retail price, it's going to be about $4.60 to $5. I know I get a discount through eBay, and mine usually runs anywhere from $2.84 to $3.25. So I'm going to not scare off the buyer. I'm going to charge a flat rate for shipping. Doesn't mean I'm going to use a flat rate box or anything like that. That's just purely for what the buyer's going to pay. And I'm going to charge, let's say, $3.29 because that seems to be close to what shipping has been running. So just know with this is the $3.29 does not include the eBay fee. I'm going to have to eat that out of the cost of the difference of the cost of goods and what I actually get for it. So I'm done there. I'm going to click done. And let's see, I'm done with the delivery options. So that's everything. That's all I need. So now I can list it for free. Let's say list your item. So it gives you the option to ask you, do you want easy pricing? Easy pricing is something that eBay uses to basically, if it doesn't sell after 5 days, they start dropping it 5% every day. I don't use that. I'd rather control what I want to sell it for myself. So we're going to say maybe next time and get the success. So all I have to do is say I'm done. And now let's go back. I'm going to show you that it is actually listed. So go back to my eBay, go back to my selling. I'm going to click on my active listings. I have 260 something at the moment. And there you go. Right off the bat, there it is. One person's already viewed it. And so you could check the status of how many views, how many watchers. You can also send offers to people if they've watched it and you want to sell it for a lesser price because it's listed for a while. You could do it through that way. So that's eBay shipping or eBay listing. So I hope you learned something today. As always, like and subscribe. And we're going to do things in the next couple of weeks. Like Rob's going to do a video on focusing on games. And if that's something of interest, check that out on our channel. Also, we're going to talk about some other topics like whether it makes sense to have an eBay store or not. So stay tuned. Hope you'll come back and join us. I'm out.